Welcome, good morning, it's Friday, I'm really excited. Hello everyone, the football stadium's gone, there was Wembley there, that was Wednesday's lesson. So, good morning if you're new, and we've got some new students today. We've got Shivan, so welcome to Shivan, thank you for joining us with Explore Learning. So I'm Bobby Seagull, or Mr. Seagull, and I'm your online maths teacher. I'm with the wonderful Explore Learning. So can you say good morning to me? One, good morning. Thank you. Excellent. So, a few shout outs before we get going. Bella wants a shout out. Hello, Bella. Hello, Dilara. Hello, Cledwin from Mitcham. Who else do we have? We've got John Jeffries. We've got David. Matthew. It's Matthew's first time. And Mia from Brixton is back. Wonderful. Hello, Sarin. Hello, Elizabeth. And I'll do some more shout outs as we go along. So, Shivan in particular, I'm excited. One of my family friends is taking part today. So, some of you will have been doing maths with Joe. It's PE with Joe Wicks. Your, I don't know what it's called, mummy kicks, your star jumps, your bodies are engaged. And now it's time to get your maths brains on. Let's get your maths on. So I am a school maths teacher. I'm an author of The Life-Changing Magic of Numbers, a book about how numbers and maths change my life. And I want to help you see how maths and numbers can change your life as well. And I'm the presenter of the Monkman and Seagull Genius Guide on BBC. And we've got series 2 coming out very soon. So, this is Explore Learning and Explore at Home. And I'm really excited to support their mission to keep education going during these difficult times. And there's more information on explorelearning.co.uk, and you can find out how you can book a free online trial. Okay, so some of you, like Nia, Joe, Chloe, Finley, if you use social media, please send us pictures, videos of you engaging in the lesson. So the hashtag is Maths with Bobby, at Bobby_Seagull. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm everywhere. And Explore Learning _official on Instagram, and Explore Learning, Explore Tutors on Twitter. So please send us pictures, videos of you, your children, engaging with the maths, because that's what we love. Ben and Megan, we love engaging with maths. So for those that are new, something exciting, and for those that are not new, you know what I'm going to do. So people often come to my maths lessons and say, Mr. Seagull, I find maths really hard, it makes me sad. And they come like this, they have an X, they have a cross. And then I say to them, we can change the attitude. So I'm going to show the dance new for people are here for the first time. So it's, you put your hands like that, and you go, yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. So can you see the cross turns into a Y, Finley? Yeah, a Y for a yes. So let's try that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. So if you're new, you've seen that now, and we'll repeat that at the end. So here we go on to the lesson in a second. So I'm going to move this board out of the way, because we don't need this one here. I'm going to move this one out of the way. There we go. Out of sight, out of mind. The board is gone. You can see it creeping through the corner. Okay, so today's topic is all about measurements. And the class is going to be about 30 minutes long, half an hour. That's 30 times 60, 1,800 seconds. And then we'll have a couple of minutes of Mr. Seagull's thoughts. So really positive ideas to help you navigate not just maths, but I think the wider world. And then we'll have normally about 5-10 minutes Q&A with parents asking questions that Mr. Seagull will try and think about. Okay, it's time to get going. So are you excited for some maths? Hands up if you're excited. Are you excited? Yes, I think I could hear that. So here we go. We're about to roll. We're about to roll with the learning. 3, 2, 1. Let's learn. Okay. So I want to ask you a question. Let me ask you a first question. So I'm going to get a poll up here. A question. So I've done a little typo here, which is and shorter. I'm going to say a shorter. Which is a shorter race? A mile, so there's a little grammar error. Which is a shorter race? A mile or 1,600 meters? Imagine, I put the poll up there, you're racing Mo Farah. You're racing and you want a shorter race. You're getting ready to run. which is a shorter race, a mile or 1600 meters? So have a look, a mile or 1600 meters. So give me your thoughts. There's a poll up there. What's shorter? A mile? Come on, I'm running, I'm racing Mo Farah. Come on, I'm getting tired. Come on, few of you, come on, there's a poll up there. There's a poll up. I'm getting exhausted, boys and girls. Answer the poll, you can see it on the screen. I think it should be below. So, which is a shorter race, a mile or 1600 meters? So I'm going to give you 10 seconds while my brain is thinking. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. We're done. We're done. I'm gonna put the poll. I'm gonna close the poll. So here are the results. So got my lovely chalk pen here. Hopefully the reflections are not too bad. So actually 1 mile. Hopefully you can see that. Ooh, the reflection's a bit funny. Let's move the board. See, in school I couldn't move my board, but here I can. Let's have a look. That's better. 1 mile is about 1,609 meters. About 1,609 meters. So actually, what's shorter? You'd probably rather race 1,600 meters. That's a better race. And remember, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters. And do you know what these are, boys and girls? These are metric and imperial units. Metric are things that usually go up by factors of 10. So like 10, 100, 1,000. So for example, grams and kilograms, meters, milliliters. If someone says, John Jeffries, a mile is 1,600 meters, it's the same. And we're going to look later on at a conversion between the two, and they're pretty much like 99% the same. But there's a small difference, a very small difference. So there is a very small difference. 1 mile is actually about 1,609 meters. So here's the question. We're going to try and do some conversion, because sometimes there are people that come from, I am from the place where we do everything in Imperial. We do miles, we do yards, we do feet. Yeah? And there are other people like, we do everything in metric, in meters, kilometres. And these people, they're like, who should we trust? Well, as mathematicians, we can work out what is what and do conversions. So let's do some conversions for us. And again, if you're new at Shivan, I do a little rap to help us learn these things. A little rap. Raps are always fun. Okay, so let's have a look. So here's the key thing. To turn miles into kilometres, so let's put it miles to kilometres. You can see that, and if you've got a pen and paper, do take notes. Miles to kilometres, what we do is we divide by 5. Hopefully I've got this correct. Divide by 5 and then multiply by 8 to turn miles into kilometres. So you divide by 5 and multiply by 8. And let me give you a practical example. So imagine someone said, I'm going to walk 10 miles today. I'm going to walk 10 miles, by the way. So, to convert it, you do 10 divided by the 5, which is 2, yeah? And then we multiply that by the 8. So you do 2 multiplied by the 8, and we get 16 kilometers. And that is essentially a really simple way of converting. Umar's taking notes. Well done. Do take notes. So, to convert from miles to kilometers, we divide by 5 and multiply by 8. So I've given you 10 miles divided by 5 is 2, and then times by 8, 16 kilometers. And now, these two people can converse. I like miles. I like kilometers. No, miles are better. We can convert them. We can make the two sides have peace and unity, all through maths. So let's pick another example. So how about if I did, let's try a trickier one. Let's say I said someone's going to run close to a marathon, 25 miles. 25 miles. 25 miles. Why don't you try that for me? Why don't you type in the box, if we have 25 miles, approximately how many kilometres is that? Remember? Divide by 5 times 8. So can you let me know? So 25 miles. How many kilometres is that roughly? How many kilometres is that roughly? So have a go at that, remember? So 25 miles. Got some good answers. Hina, Raj, Cledwin, Bo's involved, Claudia, lots of good answers. And I can see people are telling me, Katie's taking notes, excellent. I can see people telling me it's 40. It's 40, well done. I'll tell you, Joshua, what the working for that is. Remember, you do 25 miles divided by 5, that's 5. And we multiply that by 8, which is 40. So, 25 miles is approximately 40 kilometres. Okay, and I'm going to teach you something really important today, boys and girls, and even adults. This is very important. The 25 miles isn't exactly, you know the equal sign? It's not exactly 40 kilometres, it's approximately. So sometimes in maths, you can do this little squiggly line, like 2 waves. Imagine swimmers, like a dolphin. It's approximately, but that's good enough for most things. Because remember, at the start we said 1 mile is pretty much 1,609 meters. Not 1,600, but that sort of works. So we're going to go the other way. We went from miles to kilometers. We're going to go from kilometers to miles. But before that, again, I like my little raps. So here's a little rap for us. So it says, miles to kilometers, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, you're great. Let's try that. So I'll try it a couple of times. So, miles to kilometers, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, that's great. So hopefully let's get in here. Let's try it again. So, miles to kilometers, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, you're great. There you go. There you go. Do you remember you got that? So remember to convert. So it says miles to kilometers, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, you're great. And if you've got that, Mandeep, we can do the conversion. We can do the conversion between miles and kilometers. But actually, how about the other way around? Let's go from kilometers to miles. So this is about something called inverse. Inverse. So I want you to think. So we're going to go the other way around. We're going to go back to the future. So here we have miles to kilometers. We divide by 5, multiply by 8. What do you reckon? What's the inverse operation of multiplying by 8? What's the inverse? So instead of multiplying by 8, we divide by 8. So we do kilometers to miles. So the other way around, we divide by 8. And then instead of dividing by 5, what's the opposite of divide by 5? Josh has got it right. Well done, Josh. It is multiply by 5. So it's the opposite. I think learn one of them and the other one is going to be the opposite. Yeah? So let's think about this. Let's think a couple of examples. So how about if we had someone say, I'm gonna walk 16 kilometers. You're like, how many miles is that? So 16 kilometers. So 16 kilometers. I'll do one example with you. You divide by 8. 16 by 8 is 2. And then you do 2 times 5, which is 10. 10 miles. 10 miles. Okay, I'll give you one for you to try. A little bit of a trickier one. So someone is going to cycle 48 kilometers. 48 kilometers. So 48 kilometers. Can you tell me what that is in miles? 48 kilometers. So someone, 48 kilometers. And I'll write that largely. 48. So they're doing 48 kilometers. How many miles is that? 48 kilometers. Let's have a look. 48 kilometers. So 48 kilometers. You divide by 8. And 48 divided by 8, if my maths is correct, is 6. It is 6, isn't it? And then we multiply that by 5. And then Rika, Hina, Josh, Ian are all correct. It's 30. It's 30. So remember, you do 48 divided by 8, which is 6. Then you times it by 5. We get 30. Well done, Shivan, you got that correct. So that's, again, now, you know when you're on a road journey, you're on a trip, you're like, are we nearly there yet, Mum? Are we nearly there? And if you see the road signs, it says 20 miles or 30 kilometres. You can now convert. Remember, miles is, that's the key one. Miles to kilometres, you can say, miles to kilometres, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, you're great. So if you got one, the other one's the other way around. Miles to kilometres. There we go. There we go. So we've now got the first part of the lesson. We've got conversion between metric and imperial. And I'll say, even myself, I'm a maths teacher. I love maths. I sometimes have to double check these things. So it's okay if you have to go back and check the working. So my advice is write this down. Write down the key bits so you've got something there for you. Okay? So we're now going to look at structures and estimation of buildings. Estimation. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I want you, let's see if I've got another poll coming up. I want you to tell me what you think the tallest structure in the UK is. What is the tallest structure? So I left you, let's have a look. What is the tallest structure in the UK? What is the tallest structure? The tallest structure. Maybe the tallest building. What's the tallest structure? So I want you to tell me. So hopefully, so we're getting a lot of people coming in. Enrica says Blackpool Tower. Blackpool Tower is beautiful, but it's not quite the tallest one. Shivan says London Eye again. London Eye is fabulous. It's very tall, but it's not quite the tallest. So I can see lots of options. So most of you are falling into my trap. Most of you. Nearly all of you. So I can see most people. Diane says Big Ben. That very tall, but it's not the tallest one. So actually, a lot of you are saying the Shard. And the Shard is very tall. The Shard is very tall. I think it's 310 meters. But you know what? Mr. Seagull, it's Friday. He's being a bit tricksy. And I'll tell you why being a bit tricksy. So, if I'd asked you, what's the tallest building? Most of you are correct. It's the Shard. It's the Shard. But there's something in Britain that's taller, and it's called the Emily Moore Mast Tower. It's like a radio. It's almost like it's a radio tower in Yorkshire, and it gives out radio signals, and it's about 30 meters taller. It's about 340 meters. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to show you a clip. So sometimes people say to me, Mr. Seagull, when do we use maths in real life? And I'm like, I've got an example. So this is the topic that some of you won't have seen, but I just want to show you it from a clip. So in my Monkman and Seagull BBC TV series, so we went around the UK in a car looking at really cool bits of science, technology, history. We've got a series 2 coming out very soon. I'm going to show you a clip where we used maths in real life. Estimation to work out the tall tower. It's called the Emily Moore. So let me see. This is a new with Exploring. We're trying a video clip. Let's fingers crossed it works. And please, technology, I've been nice to you today, technology. I've been very kind. I've been very polite, and I want you to work. So let's have a look at this clip here. So this clip here is on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not that one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Please, please, please. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. So we're in business. So we're going to play this clip now. So are we ready? Can you all see the clip? Put your sound up. Put your sound up. So there we go. We're going to see maths in real life.
I was hoping maybe to measure the height of this building using a few different ways.
Okay.
So the first way we'd like to try is with a protractor and a weight to try and get the angle between the top of the tower and where we are. So to do that, we have to know how far away are we from the tower standing here.
Just under about 120 metres
Just under about
from where we are
120
now.
meters. All right.
So we're going to try and use trigonometry.
Use trigonometry. Can you take the reading for me, Bobby?
Okay, hold on. So the angle is, I think we've got about 18 degrees from the
18 degrees
vertical.
from
So
the
that
vertical.
makes us
So that's 72.
Your sort of maths GCSE days
Yeah.
levels coming back. So tan of 72. So therefore the height is actually just 120 times tan of 72. We get 370
370 meters.
Pretty good.
Don't tell us the answer just yet.
Okay, interesting.
So that was the Emily Moore Mast Tower. And again, this is maths that students already see really when they're in year 9, year 10, year 11. But we use something called trigonometry, all about triangles, to estimate the height of buildings. And again, that's the beauty of mathematics. Maths can really help us understand the world. And that was a sequence from the My Monkman and Seagull BBC TV series. And series 2 is coming out very soon. Again, if you check me on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok at Bobby_Seagull, you'll find more information about there later on. Okay, so now, if you were here on Wednesday or Monday, there was a guy that visited us, someone called Bruce Forsyth. He came to our lesson. So he's going to be back here today. He's going to be back here. So I'm going to get my equipment. Bruce Forsyth, for parents who know, there was a game called Get Your Cards Right, where you say higher or lower. We're going to do something called Get Your Heights Right. So let's get Brucey in, yeah? Let's get Brucey in. Let's get Brucey in. Brucey has a hat. Brucey has a hat. Brucey has a red jacket. Hello. Hello. I'm Bruce Forsyth Seagull. I'm here. So we're going to play Get Your Heights Right. Get Your Heights Right. So, in this game here, I'm going to tell you the name of a building and the height. The name of the building and the height. And then you have to tell me whether the next building is going to be taller or smaller, higher or lower, okay? So we're going to start with the shard. So hopefully now, again, new technology. We've got PowerPoint. We've got PowerPoint here. Let's have a look. Let's get my PowerPoint working. A lot of technology here. Let's see if this is working. If it's working, I'm going to get a little, I'm going to be very excited. Oh, wrong one. Let's try the wrong one. Question 2. Hold on, we're nearly there. Let's see. Oh yes, I am very happy. I've got the PowerPoint there. So, can I do a little victory dance? Because I got the PowerPoint working. Brucey's got the PowerPoint working. Okay, so here we have the first building. The shard, 310 meters. So the next building is going to come up and you're going to tell me higher or lower. So the next building is the Empire State Building. So can you tell me higher or lower? So shout out at the screens. Go higher, lower. So it's the Empire State Building. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What did you say the Empire State Building is? Can't hear you. So just shout out. The Empire State Building is higher. It's 443 meters. 443 meters. It's higher. It's taller. And again, I put a little symbol there saying, you can see in this top corner, it says not to scale. It's not to scale. Okay. So, the next one. So the next building we have is the Eiffel Tower. So look at this. The Eiffel Tower. So is that higher or lower? Come on. Higher or lower? The Eiffel Tower. Come on, Anu, Barbara, give me an answer. Higher or lower? The Eiffel Tower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Eiffel Tower is lower. It's lower. It's 324 meters. Now, let's go. We've got 2 more to do. Now we've got something in Dubai called the Burj Khalifa. The Burj Khalifa, if you've not heard of it. So in Dubai, that might be a clue. Higher or lower? The Burj Khalifa. What do you reckon? Burj Khalifa. I'm getting a few answers. Sean says higher. I think Sean might be on to winner. The Burj Khalifa. It's off my graph. 828 meters. Really tall. Daniel Hyde's correct. 828 meters. The Burj Khalifa. So we're coming to the very final one. So, we're going to go on a little trip. We're going to go to Egypt. We're going to go on some camels. We're going to Egypt. And you know what's in Egypt? The Pyramids of Giza. And this was built in 2560 BC, a long time ago. So, the Pyramids of Giza. Do you reckon this is higher or lower? This one, you should be getting. Come on, I want you to get the money here. Pyramids of Giza, higher or lower? Come on, shout it out. It is lower, because the Burj Khalifa is the highest ever. So the pyramids of Giza are lower, 139 meters. Now, Mr. Seagull is going to blow your mind with some facts. He's going to blow your minds. So the Great Pyramid of Giza is 139 meters, as you can tell. And it was built in 2560 BC. So 2560 BC. And you know what? This was the tallest building in the world for 3,800 years. Can you believe that? 3,800 years. 3,800 years. And I'll tell you something that's even creepier. Pretty strange. So we've got the pyramids of Giza. The lady in the middle is Cleopatra. Yeah? And we all know what the bit on the right is. It's McDonald's. Now this is going to be astonishing. Cleopatra lived closer to McDonald's being made to the Great Pyramids of Giza. That's amazing. Because Cleopatra was, I don't think, so the Great Pyramids of Giza were there 2500 BC. Then Cleopatra was around 30 BC, so about 2,500 years later. And McDonald's was made in 1950. So maths shows us that Cleopatra actually lived closer to McDonald's than the Great Pyramids of Giza. Oh my God, honestly, that is mind-blowing. Cleopatra mathematically lived closer to McDonald's than she did to the Great Pyramids of Giza. That is mind-blowing and a true fact. There you go. Mr. Seagull teaches you about maths and a bit of history, connecting it through numbers. There we go. Nice bit. So Bruce aside, we're going to say goodbye to him. So we need Mr. Seagull back. Mr. Seagull. So goodbye, Brucey. Let's get rid of this. Don't need this anymore. His hat. Let's get rid of this. It's all gone. So it's back for Mr. Seagull time. Mr. Seagull's going to come back. Let's have a look. Mr. Seagull's back. Here we are. Wasn't Bruce great? Wasn't Bruce aside? Round of applause for Bruce aside. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. We loved your game. Play your heights right. And heights, all about estimation. Can you estimate heights of buildings? It's always a useful skill. Always a useful skill. So, I'm going to do 5 minutes more of some interesting learning. So this is something that you may not have seen. So, areas, we can do areas really simply. Areas, again, this is stuff that we do with Key Stage 2. If something is, let's say, 4 meters wide and 2 meters, that's, let's say, 12 meters tall. 4 meters wide and 12 meters tall. To work out the area, we just multiply. We just multiply. So, Bo, if you're working out the area or something, so 4 times 12 is 48 meters squared. So that's just the area, yeah? What about volume? Again, we're going to get to something which we covered just now. So volume, where's my Rubik's Cube? So this one here, so this Rubik's Cube here, imagine it's all 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. So I've got about a few minutes more of learning, because I love learning, especially on a Friday, especially with you guys, because you're the reason I'm here. So imagine you've got this Rubik's Cube, yeah? Look at this Rubik's Cube. So let's say it's 3 centimeters wide and 3 centimeters tall. So Bo, if you're looking at this, it's 3 centimeters wide and 3 centimeters high. To work out the area, it's 3 times 3, yeah? It's 9 centimeters squared. But what you can see is, it's also 3 centimeters, the depth of it. So to work out the volume, and I'm going to show you the cool thing which you've not seen before, and against new, the volume in a second. The volume is the area of the front times about how deep it is. Yeah, Shivan? So it is 3 times 3, times it by 3, which is what? 3 times 3 is 9, times it by 3 is 27 centimeters, and then cubed. So you can work out the volume, and the volume is how much space is occupied by something. So you've got 9 centimeters squared as the area, then you multiply by how deep it is, 3, and you get 27 centimeters cubed. So now this is the bit that's definitely going to be a bit advanced, but it's what I want to show you this. I want to show you this before we start looking into the end of the lesson. So here's what I want to show you. So what was the tallest building in the world for 3,800 years? From 2,560 to 1311. What was the tallest building? We know it. I taught you about it. Here's a clue, here's a clue, here's a clue, here's a camel, here's a camel. The clue was, it was the Great Pyramids of Giza. Look at my drawing skills. Look at that. I am so talented at drawing. It's not great, but it'll have to do. So, here is a pyramid. We're going to show you, well done Himali saying Giza pyramid. We're going to show you how to work out, again, this is something probably new, the volume of a pyramid. So imagine the pyramid is a block. Yeah? Imagine just a block. We would say base times height divided by depth. You just do, let's say, let's give it an easy number. Let's call that 10 meters, a very small pyramid. 10 meters there. And then let's call it 10 meters, 10 meters, 10 meters, yeah? So, if it was 10 meters, 10 meters, 10 meters, to work out the volume of a big square that's 10 by 10 by 10, it is 10 times 10, 100 meters squared for the base. And then, times it by 10 is 100 meters cubed. But, this is advanced. Millie is saying she loves advanced bit. But, for a pyramid, it's slightly different. What you do is, you do the base times the height, the area on the bottom of the pyramid, yeah? The area on the bottom. And that is 100. And now you know what you multiply it by? You multiply it by the vertical height. From the bottom to the tip, the top. So not the slanted bit, but from the base to the top, how tall is the vertical bit. And we'll call that, for this particular one, let's call it 10, 10. Let's call it 20. Let's call it 20. 20. Let's call it 20 for this one. 10 by 10, which is 100. Then 100 times, I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to call it 30. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Let's call it 30. And you're going to see why Mr. Seagull called it 30. And this is the last bit of the lesson. 30. So 10 times 10 is 100. And the height of it, the perpendicular, the straight height, is 30. So it's 10 times 10, which is 100. Then 100 times 30 is 3,000 meters cubed. But that's not quite it. That's not quite it for a pyramid. Do you know what we do, boys and girls? We divide it by 3. We divide it by 3. 1/3. So you divide that by 3 and you get 1,000 meters cubed. And that teaches you the formula to work out the volume of any pyramid. And let me write that down for you. So the volume of any pyramid is this. It's going to be this. The base times, I call it the width times the length. The width times the length times it by the height. And you know what you do at the end? You divide it by 3. And that is the volume of any pyramid. And that's something that should be new to many of you. So volume of any pyramid, the width times it by the length times by how tall it is, not the slanted bit, the vertical perpendicular bit, and then divide it by 3. And now you know how to work out the volume of a pyramid. That's exciting. There you go. We've gone from Mo Farah to the Great Pyramids of Giza to McDonald's and Cleopatra in a maths lesson with Explore. How fun is that? So, it's now time for Thoughts of Mr. Seagull. So that's our main content of lesson. And what I do normally is, so for people that are new, towards the end of every lesson, I take a step back. Yeah, I take a step back and I share some views about you, about how we can be more positive in the world. So what I want you to do is take put your feet shoulder width apart. Have a deep breath in, and breath out. Come on. Deep breath in all the way down, and breathe out. Okay, you're feeling calmer? Okay, so I want to share with you a little story. I'm going to move this board back. As long as I don't break it, let me move this board back so you got all our details, because we love you to share on social media and explore tutors. I want you to stand this way. Okay, so here is the lesson for today. So this is a Chinese proverb, and the proverb says, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And do you know what that means? We all have places, destinations that we want to get to. You might want to move up to a higher class in a maths class. You might want to learn how to bake a cake. You might want to get into the first team for your football squad. We all have different objectives. And that for us is 1,000 miles. That's where we want to get to. And when we look at that, we're like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? It's so far away. But what we can do is take a single step to begin with. Take a single step. So remember the Chinese proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And remember, to get far, you have to begin near. So even if you think, oh, I've not made much progress and I really learned a tiny bit, to get far, you have to begin near in anything you want to do, whether it's learning long division, working on your metric to imperial conversions. We have to begin near to go far. So remember the Chinese proverb is, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So don't worry if you feel like things are really difficult and they're far away. You take that first step. Take it today, whether you want to learn cooking, maths, dancing. That first step, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with what? A single step. Thank you. That's a great. I managed to somehow drop my pieces of paper. Let me pick it up. My room is quite cramped today. So, before a couple of things I want to share with you. So, if you enjoy my sort of thoughts of Mr. Seagull, the positive messages, I actually have a longer version of it. Let me bring it up here. If I've got the right scene, let's have a look. So, on YouTube, wrong one. On YouTube, have I got it up here? Yeah. So on YouTube, and something definitely for parents and adults to look at with their children, I have something called a TED Talk. And it's a lot about my positive message that I share with Explore, about growth mindset, how we can all do maths. So if you go onto YouTube, type in Bobby Seagull TED Maths, you'll find all the positive ideas that I share with Explore all the time. With Explore, I always talk about how all of us can do maths. All of us with effort can achieve anything in maths, English, science, whatever you want in life. And my TED Talk is 16 minutes long, 4 squared, of lots of joy about that. So please do have a look. So that's on TED Talk there. We've got a question coming in from a parent. So let me answer a question before we wrap up with some mentions. So I've got a question coming in. So the question from a parent is, let's have a look. So one of the parents says, I'm struggling to understand secondary school maths. We've got about 5 minutes of secondary school maths. So my recommendation is, one is firstly, the obvious thing is, at Explore, we've got expert staff that can help you. So please do get in touch if you're a parent or a carer, even for things like tutoring for children. So Explore are a good step if you need some help with secondary. The other couple of things are, there's some videos on BBC Bite Size. They offer some great videos for secondary students. And also the Khan Academy. The Khan Academy on the internet has some great tips. So you've got obviously Explore Tutors, Explore Learning. We can help you with your secondary maths if you're a parent. And then BBC Bite Size or the Khan Academy. And they're really great ideas, yeah? They're really great ideas. So, a couple of things I want to share with you for the coming weekend. So firstly is this. If you like quizzes, I love quizzes. I was on a quiz show called University Challenge. I recently won, I bring it out every time. I won Celebrity Mastermind. There we go, fancy little trophy. And I'm doing a family quiz tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. So it'll have charades. It's going to have primary school maths questions. It's going to have a music round. It's going to have pictures. Fun for everyone from 4 to 74. Everyone, maybe 75. Even older can take part. So that's, again, if you check my Twitter at Bobby_Seagull or my YouTube, my Instagram, you'll find details there. But it's a quiz where any proceeds go to the NHS. So please do take part in that. And then the final thing is, people ask me my brain. You know, I bring this brain out for thinking. On Monday, you're going to see on the telly. So there's something called the Great British Intelligence Test. And what they do is they actually scan my brain. The picture you're seeing is my brain. They scan my brain and they see, is there anything different about my brain? I'm going to give you a clue. There's nothing. There's nothing any different. The only difference is my mindset. And that you can't measure. And the mindset are things like, I've got positive attitude, I've got growth mindset. The things that we teach you to explore all the time. So on Monday at 9 o'clock, so you might have to put on iPlayer if you're young with your parents. But Monday 9 o'clock on BBC Two, you can check it out. Okay, I think it's final few messages before we end up with our wraps. So obviously, I'm really delighted to work with Explore because they really believe that all of us can be fearless learners. We put in effort, we can really push the boundaries of what we can learn. And if you go to explorelearning.co.uk, there's more information on a free trial. And if you go to the club on their website, you'll find worksheets that you can follow along. So that's a great place to be. And please, let's get myself back on screen. Oh, wrong one. We'll get there. I'm back. Okay, Friday, technical issues. So, if you go to the club, you can find worksheets and activities there. So remember, we'd love you to share things that you've learned at Bobby_Seagull, Maths with Bobby. Again, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I'm on TikTok as well. Can you believe that? All about maths and positivity. And of course, ExploreLearning_official and Explore Tutors on Twitter. We'd love to see your videos and pictures, especially the rap. So, Millie is learning today. So thank you so much. So we're going to do the two raps to end our time. So the first one was, remember we did the rap about miles to kilometres. So it said, miles to kilometres, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, you're great. So what was that? So miles to kilometres, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, that's great. One more time. Miles to kilometres, what do we do? Divide by 5, that's live. Multiply by 8, that's great. So that's the rap that we learnt today about Imperial and metric. So before we end on our final rap, because we're approaching 45 minutes, I'm going to go and do a final few shout outs. Chloe does Oak Academy, have a look there. Chloe recommends that. Siloam, thank you. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy's learning. Who else do we have? We've got Millie's doing my quiz tomorrow. Thank you, Millie, for joining. Remember, 5 p.m. Check my YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Bobby_Seagull. You find all the info there. Thank you to Umar in year 3 in Northampton for joining. Thank you for Tanaja, really happy. And please let me know what you think of my TEDx video. So, Bobby Seagull, TED Talk Maths. I'm really positive about maths. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Shivan. Thank you, Meeta. Thank you, Lucas, all for learning. Thank you, Millie. So we're going to end on our wrap. It's time. We're in stoppage time. Claudia's going to do my quiz as well. So see you tomorrow for my quiz. And Amelia. Lena says, last person for a shout out. Lena says, she hasn't had a shout out. So hello, Lena. You got your shout out. So there we go. I'm Bobby Seagull. This is Explore Learning. I'm going to do a rap. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, Suha. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. 2 more times. 3, 2, 1, go. Claudio. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. And the last time, Mukadzi, Shazana, Mohammed, Ladi. We're going to all do it. The last one. Let's go. Cecilia from Cambridge. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Brilliant. So I'm Bobby Seagull. I'm with Explore Learning. You've been wonderful. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. I've got a family quiz. Check my Twitter, Instagram, Twitter for details. Monday at 9 o'clock, I'm on the program about my brain. And then we're back on Monday at 10 o'clock. Next week is Key Stage 1. And we've got patterns and sequences. We're back next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You've been wonderful. Thank you for learning. Have a great weekend. And let's be fearless learners. Thank you all.